Hey, welcome. I am Alex Mondosian, and are you going to be at Gorilla Business Intensive in KL? That's Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, coming up in June? Yes or no? Please type that in. I want to welcome Reagan Go. Welcome. I want you to type in your name and the city you are from right now. Lynn, welcome. Russell T, welcome. Yes, I will see you soon. Bring a friend. Bring a family member. Let me train them. Evelyn, welcome. Joel, welcome. Welcome. And Mary. And Russell gives a big smile. Ryan Lee, welcome. Alexandru. Helen. Angelica. Jeffrey. Marco Lamb. I shouldn't say it like an Italian. Marco Lamb. Quang. Sabitha. Quo. C1. Lee Trong Fong, Song Ta Ba, Joel Chiang, Arlene Lemmy. How's my Asian accent? Any good? Andre Lego, Caitlin Seat, Audrey Nunez from the Philippines. Good. I was going to say from Spain. What's up with that? And Maurice, welcome. Christine, welcome. Setia Wan. Now, if you're watching the replay, meaning the recording, type in your name and where you are from right now. And Russell T says your accent is fine. Thank you very much. It doesn't get much better than this. Joel, welcome. Jolie, welcome from Manila. Welcome. Boy, we have all over Asia right now. I can't wait. This is my 7th trip to KL. And I think maybe it's my 20th trip to Asia in teaching. I think it's my 35th Gorilla Business Intensive. So I can't wait. Divya Nambiar from Malaysia. Quang Vu from Vietnam. Welcome. Priscilla Tan. Welcome, Priscilla. Good last name. Joji Evelyn. Welcome. Now, in case you're wondering, I'm Alex Mondosian. I'm your lead trainer. Imelda Dagus. Welcome from Zamboanga City, Philippines. Elizabeth, welcome. Ken Liu, welcome. It's actually afternoon here. Imelda, welcome from the Philippines. Mary, welcome from Singapore. Sivachan Thiran Andi from Malaysia, welcome. Princip, welcome from Indonesia. Awesome. Now, this is the Gorilla Business Intensive pre-training. This is actually a training. It's an exclusive webinar brought to you by Success Resources International. Thank you, Richard and Veronica Tan. And thank you, everyone else who's involved in this. It's because of them that I get to come to you from nearly 10,000 miles away. Lynn, welcome. Quo from Vietnam, welcome. And Russell T says, I woke up early for this. Well, I hope I make it worthwhile for you, Russell. I'll be starting in exactly 2 minutes, so keep it going because this is called the engagement part. The way you present, and I'm going to teach you and tell you what I'm doing as I'm teaching you, you want people engaged, meaning you want them to use the keyboard. Now, if for any reason the video no longer works, then just refresh and you'll come back in. I think it's Johan or Johan, welcome from the Philippines. Necho Arban, welcome. Or Nick from the Philippines. Mary, welcome. Quo Li Van from Vietnam. Mary, good morning, good afternoon over here. Keep it going. 1 more minute, I'll start. And when you take notes, type it into the chat. I'm going to do some surveys, and so I want you to answer the survey so that we get feedback from you because I'm going to ask some very important questions. But when you have questions or if you have comments, if you have a big lesson that you've learned in the short time we spend together, this will be less than an hour so you can get to work properly. And I don't mind you being a little late to work, but maybe your boss will, be very upset. Wallace Lay, welcome. Diane Ng, welcome from Singapore. Quang, welcome. He says hello. So remember, type it into the chat. All right. Now, We're going to start in 30 seconds. Get ready. If you're ready, say ready. If you speak English. If you don't speak English, type in. I'm going to type in what I want you to type in. Ready, like this. Ready. 3 exclamation points. Ready. There we go. Angelica, thank you. Helen, thank you. Samantha, welcome. And thank you for the ready. Boy, it's going really, really fast. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot of people here. Reese, welcome. Ken, welcome. Noel and Audrey, it's going very fast. Okay, here we go. You're ready, and let's begin. All right, this is the pre-training for Guerrilla Business Intensive. We're doing this for the first time for KL. I'm very excited because I've been wanting to do this for the past 6 years, and this is the first time we're doing it, and I'm very excited. And so I'll start with a question, and here we go. What is GBI, and why does it matter? What is GBI, and why does it matter? GBI stands for Guerrilla Business Intensive, and Guerrilla is not, woo, that's not Guerrilla. Guerrilla is a type of marketing and negotiation and copywriting warfare, because really in business, you're at war with your competitor. You want to be better than your competitor. You want to beat your competitor. So it doesn't involve bullets. What it involves are ballots of your audience. And so I'm going to teach you unconventional, counterintuitive ways to be a better negotiator with your children, with your spouse, if you have one, with your parents, if they're still living, and with your customers. Number 2, how to do copywriting, how to write better, and how to make money before you're asked to invest money. And number 3, marketing. And the goal is to teach you how to be a great guerrilla business online marketer as well. I'll be teaching you how to do that during the 5 days. Now, we're going to start with our first survey. So make sure that you respond in one of these 3 questions, okay? I'm going to have Sandra Bravo, who is going to be the assistant trainer and the energy manager. Her job is to raise the energy of the room, and she's here right now from Australia. Please answer in the chat right now. What's your current situation? Are you full-time entrepreneur? Are you part-time entrepreneur? Or are you full-time job employee? Full-time entrepreneur, part-time, or job employee, okay? So we'll start that poll, and it's going to show up in your chat, and I want you to type in the answer. So go ahead and do that. And let's see what happens. So full-time, part-time, or job employee. So far right now, I'm looking at the results, and the results never lie. This is what marketing is. We have about 45% full-time, 23% part-time, 33% full-time job. If you're in network marketing, you're part-time entrepreneur unless you do it full-time. And then right now we're at about 41% full-time, part-time 25%, full-time job employee 31%. Keep it going. You have 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's not easy to do, by the way. 1. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. So 44% of the people here are full-time entrepreneur. That's good. I will teach you how to make that even better for yourself so you're profitable. Part-time, we have 26%, and full-time job employee, meaning you work for somebody else, about a third of the people here. That's 30%. All right. Now, that's very important. So when you do presentations like this, you want to do a survey or a poll. Let's begin with some graduates of GBI. I'm going to go to Diana Blanco. Diana is not only a student of mine, but she's also one of our mentors. If you decide to continue education with me, she'll be one of your mentors, hopefully. She went to GBI Milan in Italy, and this is over 6 years ago. And she didn't know marketing. She worked full-time for a company, and now she's on her own. She has a coaching business. She has her own brand, and it all started at Guerrilla Business Intensive. And she eventually went with me with Guerrilla Business Online, which you'll hear more about at GBI. Jack Wong, case study. Jack is originally from Hong Kong, but he lives in Singapore. And I first met him at GBI Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. This is, again, over 6 years ago. He's going to be part of the Karma crew. He'll be our support team. He'll also be assisting me on stage as a testimonial to talk about his story. He now is in high ticket sales, premium sales, meaning high-end clients. He teaches others and trains others how to do that. And you'll meet him there. And if that's something you like to do, he has a sales force to do that. Another case study. This is another graduate, Leo Fernandez. Leo is from GBI Sao Paulo. See, we're on all the continents. And what Leo learned how to do is how to present and use the internet on how to build his business. Now he's on stage. Now he's presenting, and he does it virtually, meaning doing it this way. And he's also doing it physically on stage. He was my production manager, which is what Sandra's doing right now, for over 3 years. And then he moved on to help build his business. Okay, and Birgit Zimral, we met her at GBI Amsterdam. This is 2 years ago from the time of this recording. And she is in sports psychology. She lives in Frankfurt, Germany. And she has built her business as a result of going to GBI because she didn't know business before. She knew psychology. She knew sports. And she works with boxers. She works with football, European football, soccer, we call it here in the United States. She works with golfers. And what she learned at GBI changed her business to triple what she charges. And she's very, very grateful. And she even does private coaching with me. She decided to move on beyond the continuing education she got. So here's what I want to ask, because Warren Buffett, who's one of the most successful investors who has ever lived, he said, I have 2 rules of money. Rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Now, if your English isn't very good, then we can have that translated for you. And I'll tell you how you can register for GBI if you haven't registered. If you're Quantum Leap and you've registered, I want you to show up, and I want you to show up early. If you're Quantum Leap and you haven't registered for GBI, I want you to register, and I want you to bring a family member or a friend. And if you're not part of Quantum Leap and you haven't registered for GBI, those are the 3 different people I'm talking to, then I want you to get registered. I'll give you the access information at the end of this webinar. So here's another survey. Please type it into the chat. Have you ever lost money? Have you ever lost money, right? Attempting to start a business. Okay. Have you ever lost money attempting to start a business? All I want to know is yes or no. Yes or no. So let's do it. Have you ever lost money ever attempting to lose money or starting a business? Have you ever lost money attempting to start a business? Now, we have a lot more yeses than nos. I think the nos may either not started a business, or maybe they're not telling the truth completely, but I'll leave it with you. Right now, we're at 81% yes, 19% no, and keep it going. I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You see, I got better at that. Practice makes permanent. And we're at 81% of you have lost money, and 19% of you have not lost money. So what does that tell you? What if you never, ever made the wrong decision again? Or what if you made the wrong decision, but it was a small, bad decision? I want you to think big, and I want you to act small. I want you to be able to test and test and test until you know what to do, and then move forward like that. That's the GBI way, Guerrilla Business Intensive way. Many people think big and act big, and they bet all of their money on one idea, and they lose all of it. Has that ever happened to you? Probably. I know it's happened to me. I'll tell you the story on day 1 within the first hour of Guerrilla Business Intensive, so that you know. I want you to think big and act small. And Angelica, thank you for writing that down, because we're going to be teaching you negotiating and copywriting and marketing. Now, the 3 most critical skills in business is what we teach. Number 1, negotiation. You're not only going to learn, not only will you learn how to negotiate, but you will actually do it. You will actually do it in the real world. Number two, copywriting. You not only will learn how to write copy, which is writing and persuading others, but you're going to actually do it in the room. And then marketing, that's the third skill. These are the three skills I want my kids to learn, and I'll be teaching you these. I've done it over 34 times at Guerrilla Business Intensive since 2007. In Asia, the first one I did was in Singapore. There were 900 people there. Harv was there. Harv doesn't come anymore because he trusts me, and I'm his number one joint venture partner because I've been teaching this 10 times more than he has. And there'll be a special guest at the event as well. I think you'll love what you're about to learn about him, but you'll notice who it is when you get there. So negotiation, copywriting, and marketing are the three things that you will learn at GBI. Now, who is Alex Mandossian? That's me. Who is this person and why should you care? All right. Well, I'm your GBI trainer. And the reason I'm your GBI trainer is because when Harv wants to teach negotiation, copywriting, and marketing, he comes to me. Why? Because I do it online and I do it offline. Now, Harv does it really well offline. And I trained his son, Jesse, to do it online. And Jesse, his son, worked for me for 2.5 years. And then what does Harv do? He steals Jesse from me. I've taught Richard Tan and the Success Resources team online marketing as well. And I've also give them the strategies of how to market offline. This is an online strategy to get more people to show up. If they're Quantum Leap and they've registered, I want you to show up early. If you're not Quantum Leap and you haven't registered, I want you to show up and do whatever it takes to invest and get there because there's still time. If you're Quantum Leap and you haven't registered yet, then I want you to register and show up. Now, I want you to know that there's 3 reasons. How many? 3. How many? 3. 3 reasons why even the most well-intentioned, you have a good intention, entrepreneurs fail. And there are 3 reasons. And I want all of you to write this down in the chat if you speak and can write in English. Number 1, you don't get started. That's the number 1 reason to fail. That's called procrastination. Number 2, you don't get finished. You don't get finished. If you don't finish, that means you're a perfectionist. That's the other P, perfectionist. So procrastination, you don't get started. Perfectionism, you don't finish. And number 3, you don't keep it going. You don't keep it going, which is a combination of both, meaning you don't believe in your own potential. That's the third P. You don't believe in your potential. So you don't get started, you don't get finished, and you don't keep it going. Keeping it going is very important, not just 30 days afterwards, not just 90 days, but for a long, long time afterwards. Why? Because all famous billionaires have kept it going and built momentum from their business. Now, I'm going to give you 5 examples of famous billionaires who did not give up and kept going even when they lost hope. Okay, are you ready? Here it comes. Number 1, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs kept it going even though after he introduced the iPod, the sales from his company went down 32% in year 1. They went down 2% in year 2. In year 3, they went up a little bit, and then finally by year 4 with the iPod, what happened? It shot up over 1/3. There were over 50 million iPods sold. That eventually turned into an iPad, which eventually turned into the iPhone. Then there is the iWatch. So all you need is one wild success and everything else follows. Number 2, J.K. Rowling. She wrote the Harry Potter books. When she was writing her first book, that was the most difficult. Your first project, if you haven't started one that's profitable, will be the most difficult. She was writing with her daughter on her lap, sleeping, and she would be in coffee shops in England. She finished the first book. They thought she was crazy. She was a single mom. Her parents wanted her to work, but she was a novelist. And now she's a billionaire, and now she gives her money away. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her job as a reporter because she would cry or weep when she got emotional. And that's not what reporters do. She got the Oprah Winfrey show. Now she makes everyone else cry. And she's an African-American billionaire, one of the few female billionaires in the world. Elon Musk, he's had many successes, but he's lost also billions of dollars. He started with PayPal, and then he had the Tesla. Now he has that Mars project. He is a billionaire that keeps going. And then, of course, Donald Trump, whether you like him or not like him, he was $900 million in debt in 1999. He was walking with his then wife, not Melania, but his other wife before, his second wife, Marla Maples, and he was looking at a street person in Manhattan. Now, I was in Manhattan at the time because I know his children. They used to come into our dental office. I'll tell you that story when I see you at GBI. And he turned to his wife and he looked at a street person who was begging for food or for whatever they begged for, but they had a cup and they wanted money. And he said, you know the difference between that guy and me? And she said, no. And he said, he's $900 million richer than I am. And then he came back and made $8 billion more until today. And now he's president of the United States. You don't have to like his politics. You don't even have to like him. He kept it going like the other entrepreneurs, such as Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, J.K. Rowling, and Steve Jobs. It doesn't matter if you like any of them or if you dislike them. If you model, if you follow what they've done, you will succeed. Here's the big difference between a billionaire and you and I. They don't allow the obstacles to be a locked door. What does that mean? Rich entrepreneurs don't allow obstacles to be a locked door. There's always an objection between you and getting a yes from a client. There's always resistance. I look at it as a locked door. So when you enter your first hallway to wealth and happiness, there's a locked door there. And the locked door requires a key. So you get a key, you put it in the lock, you open it. Now, when the door opens, do you think that one key for the first door is going to open the second lock to the other locked door because there's another locked door next to it? No, you have to have a new key. So you make a second key. You're like a locksmith. You make a second key. You put the key in the second door. You open it. Oh, it doesn't work. You grind it some more. You open it. And a marketer, negotiator, copywriter, you open the second door. Now you have two keys on a ring. You go to the third door, and that's locked. You give up? No, you keep going. You got started, and you need to finish. So now you need to make a new key. So you make a new key, and I'm going to show you how to make these keys. That's the skill I'm going to teach you. You're going to be a locksmith. So you make a new key, you open the third locked door, you put it onto the key ring again. Do any of these three keys open the fourth locked door? No, you got to make a new key. You open the fourth locked door. There's a fifth locked door. There's somewhere between 5 and 9 locked doors. Do you give up? No, not unless you want to change your life. If you don't want to change your life, then you give up. In fact, if you want to give up, don't come to GBI because you're wasting your time. You're wasting 5 days of your life. And some of you, 7 days of your life because there's travel. I want you to understand that I want you to expect locked doors. I'm going to teach you how to open those locks. And by the time you're done, you're going to walk out with these magical keys and a ring so that you can always open those doors and they open up just like Steve Jobs, just like J.K. Rowling, just like Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, whomever. Okay, Bill Clinton, you can name any politician. They have the keys that open the locks that swing open those doors. Now, what are the 5 assassins? The assassins are people that will kill something, right? So what are the 5 assassins behind people, why they don't keep it going? They don't maintain the momentum. You know, about 400 kilometers north of where I'm sitting right now, in the 1840s, there was a gold mine. Gold, you know what gold is, right? There was a gold mine, but people didn't find gold in there yet. So there was a prospector. They call them the 49ers because they came to California, where I live, in the west coast of North America. And they were looking for gold. They wanted to make money. And so they would start getting parcels of land. And they were hoping that their land would have gold. Now, what happens was, one of those prospectors went to a mining company who sold them picks and shovels to keep digging. So they dug, but they didn't keep going. And so they thought, oh, there's no gold here. So they sold their picks and their shovels, all their mining equipment back to the mining company. The mining company looked at the map and they said, these people don't know what they're doing. There's gold here. So they dug just 1 more meter, less than 1 meter, and they hit the biggest gold mine in all of California, in all of the world for the last 100 years. So if you don't keep going, you never know when you're going to hit the gold or the diamonds or the silver. And keeping it going is the number one reason why entrepreneurs fail. I imagine you'll get started. I imagine you'll want to finish, but you can't finish unless you keep it going. Now, when you are promoting to someone to buy something from you, and at GBI, we're going to teach you what to sell, what market, what type of people to sell to, and how to sell it to them. So the people you sell it to is called the market. The way to sell it to them is the message, and how you get to them is called the media. Right now, we're using the internet through a webinar format called Webinar Jam. That's our media. Now, who am I selling to right now? Who am I promoting to come to GBI? I'm promoting to Success Resources prospects, to Success Resources Quantum Leap registrants, to people who have registered for GBI. That's who I'm selling to. That's the market. And then what am I doing? Well, that's the message. I want you to come and I want you to prepare not only to learn, but when you go back home, I want you to prepare to take time blocks, take blocks of time in your schedule, in your calendar, so that you can implement what you learned at GBI, so that whether or not you continue education with me, you at least can take your book that you are going to fill up. It'll be much more valuable on day 5 than day 1, and implement what you have learned. So the market is who you're selling to. The message is what you're selling, right? The product is part of your message. The service is part of your message. And then the media is how you're selling it. So who, what, and how. Market, message, and media. You can go back and watch the replay if you believe I'm going too fast. I want to finish within an hour so you can get to work. If you're watching the replay, then you can keep watching again and again. Now, there are 5 major reasons why people say no to you. People I know, and students I know, whether they're a $100,000 client, I have those, or a $30,000 client, or a $5,000 client, or $2,000 student, I have all different ranges. There's usually 5 things that get in the way, and these same 5 things will get in the way for you to sell if you're not aware of them. The moment they object is the moment the selling begins. If you don't like the word selling, then enrolling. So the first thing is money. Okay, people don't think they have enough of it. Well, if you really want something, if you really need something, you'll find a way to get the money. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to get money without spending money by pre-selling to your clients or customers or patients, whatever you call them, your students, your members. Number 2, time. Not enough. I don't have enough time to do this. Well, that's because you didn't plan for it. You have to sacrifice something in order to fill the time with something else. So what are you willing to give up or sacrifice? Maybe watching television, reading the paper, playing on Facebook, wasting time, maybe even half an hour's sleep. What are you willing to give up after you get back from Guerrilla Business Intensive so that you can apply what you learned? Because otherwise, it's not going to be useful to you. Number 3, your ability. You believe you don't have enough. Well, you will have the ability by the time we're done after 5 days. Now, whether you believe that or not is up to you, but you will have the ability and the skills in order to do it. Number 4, confusion. You're too confused. There's too much to do. Well, let me tell you something. Confusion is not about being overwhelmed that I have too many things to do, because you will be overwhelmed by the end of Guerrilla Business Intensive, because I've given you a lot. I'm not going to hold back. Your book will be full of ideas. The definition of overwhelm is not having too many things to do. The definition of overwhelm, so that you're not confused, is not knowing what to do next. If you don't know what to do next, of course you're overwhelmed. So I'm going to give you a template and a step-by-step process to do the first thing, the second, the third, the fourth. If you want a baby to be born in 10 days after conception, there's a problem. 3 months, well, that's dangerous. They may come out premature. They can still live, but that's still dangerous. 6 months, still premature. In most cases, 40 weeks. It'll take 40 weeks. So everything has time. When you plant a seed in the soil, it takes time for it to turn into the tree. And then finally, fear. And the fear is uncertainty. You're not certain of what to do. You're not certain of how to do it. You're not certain of who to do it with. I can't assist you with fear. I'm going to rely on you to overcome that fear. I'm going to do everything in my power to fill you with confidence so that you know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to do it, who to do it with, and most importantly, why to do it. And why to do it is up to you. All right? So here's my question. Which one of these 5 assassins do you struggle with most? I want you to type it into the chat. This is not a poll. Which one of these 5? So is it money? Is it time? Is it your ability or your skills? Is it confusion? Is it fear? Or none of them? And if you say none, I know you're lying. So which one? Russell says time. Well, that's a matter of priority, Russell. Sabbatha says money. You can always find money. You can lose money. Time you can never give away. Hong Ye says 1, 3, and 4. That's very good. That's very honest. Ezekiel says confusion. Oh, Marco says number 6. None of them. Great. I can't wait to meet you because you're going to be my next $30,000 client. Thank you for acknowledging that. Gi says it's moving much too fast. Ability. Femlin says confusion. Princip says money and time. Yeah, well, those are the 2 big ones. Wallace says 5. He says all. And then Ken says 5. Thank you for your honesty. Angel, another $30,000 client. Thank you. She says none of them. Very good. And Angel, I don't know if man or woman, there's angels who are men and angels who are women, so I apologize if I got that one wrong, but I'll meet you there and we'll know. Lynchen says all of them. Mary Rose says ability. And then we're getting maybe confusion. Now, that's a very honest answer. Maybe confusion means confusion. So are you having fun yet? Okay. This is pre-training, so we get all of this out of the way. Angel says, great woman. Excellent. Good. Thank you for that. That way I'm not embarrassed. Angelica says time and fear. Well, fear is always there. In fact, you should never not have fear, but you need to resist it in order to move forward. All right. So here's the key point. What if none of them got in the way? Because negotiating, copywriting, and marketing, they are all learnable skills. What kind of skills? Learnable skills. What kind? Learnable skills, right? Now, this is for entertainment purposes, right? No one does this, just me. And then you say, Alex, you need some Botox. Okay, well, we'll work on that. Okay, I'm getting older, but I'm still enthusiastic. So negotiating, copywriting, and marketing, you can learn those, and you can learn them in less than 5 days. That's the good news. Now, I'm going to teach you something that you won't learn at GBI, but I want you to teach it. I want you to learn it now so you're capable of knowing why people don't do business with you. Okay? So when you want to convince someone and win their heart so they do business with you, then here's a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 equals total uncertainty, meaning you have total fear and uncertainty. 10 means absolute certainty, meaning you're completely confident. What must happen to be, okay, that's the beginning of the sentence, to be at a level 8 or higher with your GBO trainer? That's me. How can you have a level 8, 9, or 10 certainty that I'm the right trainer for you? What must happen? Do you know? Well, it's something to think about. Because if you don't know, I can't assist you. You must know. what you need, because everyone has a different code. Number two, what must happen in order for the GBI training to be an 8, 9, or 10? What must happen? Do you know? Russell says, be open, have an open mindset. Venero says, can't wait to learn. I can't wait to teach you, Venero. All right. And then finally, what must happen to be a level 8 or more with the GBI team? You're going to see my students there. You're going to see the Karma crew there. You're going to see Success Resources, my life partner and my assistant trainer, your energy manager, Sandra Bravo. We're going to have fun. We're going to have the most energetic player award every single evening, so you stay energized. I know many of you want to be trainers. I'll teach you things on stage that you won't learn with other trainers, including the ones who teach with Success Resources, and you can model and you can copy the thing that I'm teaching you right now. So the goal I want you to think about right now is, right now you have two choices. Okay, the two choices before I arrive to this pre-training, okay, I want you to think about what was the choice that you had. Choice number one is, okay, share what I just shared with you, and then you're on your own, okay? That's choice number one. Share what I just shared with you, and then you're on your own. That's one choice that I had. I'm going to share all the pre-training information, and you're on your own, okay? I'm not going to teach you how to learn anymore, because this is not what to learn and why to learn it. This is how to learn. I'm teaching you accelerated learning process so that when you get there, it makes my job easier and the other trainer's job easier and Sandra Bravo's job easier. Okay, so that was my first choice. Okay, my second choice was take an active role in your future success and create opportunity to build this business relationship. That's you and me. Okay, well, that's the choice I'm choosing. Choice number one is I teach you this and you're on your own. Choice number two is I'm going to take an active role in your future at GBI and afterward so that you learn, and it is the last guerrilla business training you'll ever need to take. You can come back as Karma Crew. You can come back and learn again, or you can continue education with me. But the goal is, if I don't take an active role in your future, if I don't challenge you at the event, if I don't push you, then you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your ability and your skill. You'll get more confused and you'll be more fearful. That's not how you're going to leave. You're going to leave fearless. Fearless. Okay? I'm sure I have some warriors here, yes? I'm sure I have some train the trainers here, yes? Okay? I know I have that. I'm going to give you skills and tools so that you continue. I'm going to get rid of the confusion and the overwhelm. I'm going to show you how money doesn't have to be an issue at all, because you'll make it before you sell. You'll fund your business before you start selling. That's one of the promises of GBI. And I'll show you how to create time so that you can actually study and learn, and you're not focusing on the things that get no results. But here's the catch. Here's the catch. If you're going to allow me to make choice two a possibility, okay? There is a catch, a big catch, to make choice two for me, okay? And that is for me to take an active role in your learning. You, my friend, it's rude to point in Asia. You, my friend, one by one, not my friends, my friend, you must take 100% responsibility to commit to Guerrilla Business Intensive. All in, 100% commitment, okay? From beginning till end. That means you show up early and you leave when we're done. You don't leave early. Why? Because why even come? Why take the time? If you want to miss work, then don't come to GBI. Just stay in your hotel room or have fun in KL. You know, it's a fun place to be. But if you're ready, and these 5 days can change your life for the rest of your life, so you can be at a level 10 in trusting me and trusting the trainer and training and trusting the team, your life will change. You may just make that $1 million in the next 2 or 3 years, just like Harv did. If you're ready, say, I'm ready. If you're ready, type in, I'm ready. Just like, I hope it's called Sieves Schwa or Kieves Schwa. I'll know how to pronounce it when I get there. I am ready. Here's what I want you to type in. I am ready. Boom. Okay. Russell says, I'm ready. Evelyn says, I'm ready. I can pronounce these names. Joel says, I'm ready. Divya says, I'm ready. All of you, 100% next week. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Mary says, I'm ready. Principe says, I'm ready. Samantha, Mary, Andre, Wallace, I'm ready. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. You have to prove it. Helen, Jason, are you having fun? Are you having fun? This is fun, right? Okay. Who does this? Who does this? Who spends the time before the event? No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. I care for you. This is the beginning. Not when I get on the stage, not when I fly all those miles and kilometers and go away from my children who just graduated from school. Okay, I'm going to be missing them. Okay, I'm going there for you because I know I can at least change one life, but it's up to you for me to change more. All right. Russell T says, got me hyped. That's a good thing. And Irving says, love you, bro. Well, I love you too. All right. I love it. That's very American. I love that. Irving says, mission first. Ken says, ready. All right. Now, I'm going to show you something that may fascinate you. See, creativity is the truth made fascinating. That's all creativity is. So this may fascinate you. Joyce says, I'm ready. Milo says, I'm ready. Vinya says, I'm ready. All right. Now, if this is 0% commitment, okay, you see it? This point here is 0% commitment. You know, these cards took a long time to write. I did it for you, okay? And then Sivan Chantrian says, I'm ready to fly high. You can show me how to pronounce your name. Joel says, creativity is truth made fascinating. You guys are very good. Yiling Chung says, I am ready. All right. So if this is 100% commitment, right? All this distance you got to go. Where is 99% commitment? If this end here is 0% commitment and this is 100% commitment, where is 99% commitment? This is where people are wrong who haven't done entrepreneurship, who haven't gone through Guerrilla Business Intensive. This is where 99% commitment is. It's in the middle. It takes 100% plus another 100% to get 100% commitment. You know when someone's 100% commitment. They do things they don't want to do. They wake up when they don't want to wake up. They go all out with their energy when they're exhausted. I am going to be starting each morning full of energy, and I'm going to end empty every night. I want you to come in empty with learning so you can feed your mind and heart and end full for the next day. And remember, overwhelm is not having too many things to do. Overwhelm is not knowing what to do next. I promise you, I will give you the sequence. Remember, this is 99% commitment. That's the most important thing that I've taught you so far. So here is the next and final poll. Number one, or actually, this is the third poll. Are you 100% committed to attending GBI to claim your financial freedom once and for all? This is the only QL event where it's focused on your financial freedom and liberation. You will finally be free because you'll be given the skills and tools to do it. So if you're ready, I want to see who's 100% committed. And you don't have to say yes, because you can be 50% committed, which is also known as 99% commitment, right? Now that you know my definition. Right now we have 100% yes. Now we can have a few no's. Because if you all tell me you're 100% committed, do I have your permission to push you? Do I have your permission? I have a different format and a different approach than Harv or Blair or anyone else you've studied with. Okay? I believe in ruthless compassion. That's not about yelling. That's not about pushing and scolding, but it's about you earning the right. You earning the right to graduate, and I'm going to push you. So get ready and get plenty of rest before. Okay, I'm going to end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the first time I have ever seen in doing this in 10 years where there's 100% commitment. So congratulations. You did it. All right? I will mentor you. I will coach you. And I want you to bring a family member, a friend, a colleague, someone you can study with, a study buddy. All right. Now, in business, T. Harv Eker says you have either reasons or results. What's the key word? Not reasons and not results. It's or. See, because if you have reasons, you didn't get the results. If you have results, you don't need reasons. The key word is or. So don't fool yourself, and don't even think you can fool me. I've done this too many times, right? I'm 55, right? I don't look bad for 55, right? I'm going to be on stage. And I'm going to give you everything I got. I'm going to lose at least 3 kilos of water, perspiration every single day. I have to change my wardrobe at least twice because I am all in with you. I'm 100% committed. So Russell says, could you show it again? Okay, here we go, Russell. Just for you, buddy, brother. You have your reasons or you have your results. That's what T. Harv Eker says. The key word here is or. Because if you have results, you don't need reasons, right? You don't give any reasons if you have results. The results talk for themselves. If you have reasons, that means you didn't get the results. So the key word is or. Okay? It's one or the other. You can't have both. So I recommend after GBI, and I'll remind you when I get there, don't tell the world you're going to be a millionaire in Asian denomination or US dollars or euro or whatever, right? Don't tell them. Do it. Get the results, and then you don't have to give reasons. The reasons that you've been humiliated, the reasons you've been embarrassed in front of your family and your friends if you've attempted and you haven't made it, is because you didn't get the results. You started to brag about what was going to happen before it happened. That's false confidence, and it didn't happen. When you go home, that would be day 6. I want you to take the entire day off. Don't look at your notes. That's called unplugged day. That's day 6. On day 7, I want you to start studying half an hour a day dedicated to GBI. If you continue education with me, which I want you to study 1 hour a day, half an hour in the morning, half an hour at night. Not 10 hours a day, not 5 hours a day, half an hour in the morning, half an hour at night. You put time blocks because you'll be paying more, you'll be investing. So I want you to have results, not reasons why it didn't work. So don't tell the world you're going to be a millionaire. Keep your mouth shut and then show them the results. And then when they see the results, you say, what's the reason why this happened? Then you can tell them. Okay? That's what I want for you. That's what I wish for you. And I want you right now, because we're done, and I hope to see you there. Now, if you haven't registered for GBI, make sure you register. We're going to show a final screen where and how you can register. So let's do that right now. And I'm going to allow the screen share to happen. So let's go to the screen share. There you see a beautiful Sandra, 2 Success Resources screen. So let's show the full screen of the access information like we practiced earlier on, and we'll go from there. Otherwise, I'll come here first and I'll let you do the screen share. Let's do that. Ron, let's do it if you're here. In fact, Ron, why don't you come on live so we can put it up? And I want to make sure you're here because this is the most important part. Here we go. There we go. All right. All right. So here in Malaysia, okay, Vivian Lai, Singapore, Priscilla Tan, Thailand, you contact D. In Vietnam, Miss Ka. In Philippines, Jev Okia. And Taiwan, you have the contact info. This is who you contact to bring a friend, to bring a family member, to bring a colleague. Let's do this. Oh, it's not in my budget. There's nothing in your budget. Are you kidding? You're over budget on everything. The whole reason why you're going to GBI, because it's not in your budget, so everything else can be in your budget. Well, I don't want to ask them. I'll be embarrassed. You embarrass yourself every single day. They just don't tell you. So reach out to them. What can they say? No. You gave them the opportunity of a lifetime. You're gonna refrain from doing that? Get them in. Because if you come in as a study buddy, if you come in as a partner, it's fun to learn together. And I have surprises like you would not believe. Every single night, I'm going to have giveaways. I'm going to give away a course that's 5,000 US dollars to 2 lucky people. I'm going to give another course that's worth $3,000 to 2 lucky people without having to buy anything. Why? Because I love giving my stuff away to people who feel they're lucky. Okay? So that's where we're at. Okay, there we go. Thank you. So once again, in Malaysia, look at that number. Okay? In Singapore, look at that number. You want to talk to Priscilla. She has a very good last name, a surname, Priscilla Tan. Okay? And Melvin Ho says, is this going to be available for viewing after the webinar? The answer is, watch what I'm going to type. Watch what I'm going to type. Yes. 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 Son Tiba says, I'm lucky. No, you are blessed. You're not lucky. It's no accident that you're here. It is no accident. Well, maybe it's a happy accident, but you made it here. You did what it took to make it here. Now it's time for you and for a loved one or a friend to be invited and to come. The more, the merrier, until we're sold out. In Thailand, you talk to D. In Vietnam, Miss Ka. Jev, in Philippines and in Taiwan, you see the X events. Make sure you reach out to them. Make sure you contact them. Bring one person, not 2 or 3, although you can, but bring one person, and it's highly affordable for you to do that, because the more energy in the room, the better, and you will learn faster, better, and easier. All right? I'm Alex Mondosian. I cannot wait to train you. I promised you we'd get done in an hour. I did it in 51 minutes, so I know Ron and Chong are very happy. Very special thanks to Veronica Tan. Very special thanks to Richard Tan. Very special thanks to Ron, who has been running this webinar. And very special thanks to the lovely Sandra Bravo, because she was the one who put the polls in. And Joel Chong says, I'm going with my dad. Okay, that's awesome. Excellent. Boy, he says, thanks for your time, Alex. Excited to learn from you in a few days. Well, it's going to be in about a week, so I can't wait to see you, Russell. Go back and watch the replay. I taught you some very exciting ideas that I want you to start implementing. I want momentum. Remember, you fail for 3 reasons, my friends. You don't get started, you don't finish, and then you don't keep going. My job is to make it your job to be 100% committed, because the difference between 99% commitment and 100% commitment is 100%. Have a great day at work, and one day you will not have to go to work, because work will be at home. All good wishes.